Remarketing or retargeting. Now, you've probably heard both of those terms thrown around, and depending on the person you're talking to, they may use remarketing or retargeting. I actually use both from time to time, and the reason I do that is because on Google Ads, which is where YouTube ads are whipped up and served, they use the term remarketing, where Facebook and other places like that use the term retargeting. Bottom line is that those two terms are actually interchangeable, and what they are essentially is an ad. It's basically an ad that you're able to show to people who have previously interacted with you, your business, a page on your website, something along those lines. And they are deadly effective because it's much easier to convert somebody into a buyer or get them as a lead, something along those lines, if they're already familiar with what you have to offer or your company, right? Think about Amazon.com. If you go over to Amazon and you look at a product over there, then maybe you don't buy it, or maybe you do, whatever. You jump over to Facebook a little while later, and that same product you were looking at is following you around. It's stalking you on the internet. That is remarketing or retargeting. And again, the only difference between those two terms is the platform that you are using and what they like to call it. They do the exact same thing. Now, why exactly should you be using retargeting or remarketing? Well, it's kind of a no-brainer, right? Think about maybe you're hanging out at home, you're on your computer, maybe you're on your phone, right? A lot of people don't like to check out and buy products on their phone. Putting your credit card in can be kind of a pain in the ass, all that good stuff. Or maybe you have kids at home, right? And you are on your computer, you're checking something out, you're gonna maybe buy it. You're like, oh, this looks great, getting ready to buy it. And your kid starts screaming, falls down. Maybe like me, your child is learning to walk and falls over and cracks her head on the floor. Not too bad, she's okay. But falls over, knocks her head, starts screaming. You're like, oh, I gotta go comfort her. Run over, pick the kid up, and then your doorbell rings and, this happens, your dog has to go out. You completely forget about what you were about to purchase. Well, you were in the purchasing process and, life gets busy and sometimes you might forget about those things. That is when remarketing or retargeting would come into play. You could actually place a specific pixel on a page and say, hey, if somebody hit this page but not this page, so maybe they hit the checkout page but not the thank you page, then you can actually run an ad to them saying something along the lines of, hey, we noticed you were in the process of checking out, but you didn't finish. Or, hey, you abandoned your cart, right? Something along those lines. Don't you want to finish this checkout process? Or, hey, we have 5% off for you as long as you come back and complete that transaction. People, they're already sold. So for you paying a little bit of money in ads, you can get that sale. So those are very, very effective. There's tons of different strategies that you can use. And we actually have a full blog post and training on exactly how to set up remarketing lists on YouTube or Google Ads and then use them on YouTube. And we'll link to that below where you can check this out. So bottom line with this whole video is there is not a difference between remarketing and retargeting, and whatever you are doing, you should be using them, one of the others, the same thing, right? But you should be using them, and if you're not, you are leaving a massive amount of money on the table because it's way easier to convert somebody into a buyer that's already familiar, already knows about you, or has already been through the buying process and maybe got interrupted. So that's it for me on this one. If you have any questions, feel free to let us know. We got live chat on all our pages. You can leave us a comment if you're watching on YouTube. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Give us that thumbs up. And as always, you can jump over to TubeSift.com and you can get a TubeSift license where you can effectively market to your audience and get the highest ROI possible on YouTube. That's it for me. Bye for now.